Alexa, turn on Christmas tree. Jens, it's Flossmas.
All right, I'm ready.
Hi, Jens. It's Flossmas, day 11. It's Tuesday. Hope you're all doing well. Caroline and I are having a stitching date. So, we often do this just because it's fun. So I highly recommend, if you haven't found somebody to, we live 10 hours apart from each other. So, we can't meet physically on a regular basis. So we have made it a way that we can interact virtually so that we can at least hang out and chat and talk and catch up with each other and knit or sit or do whatever we want to do as we sit and talk and chat. So
no, it's true. I was supposed to actually have a stitching date this morning with Patty Brake from Newfoundland. We were going to Zoom chat as well. So I love it. It means that you can hang out with a friend that you've met online for real. So it's really fun.
So instead of just having to text or call or, and because we're across borders, it's harder to call than it is like in the same country. I mean, you can, but it's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
So this way, then we can easily chat for free and hang out and, stay in touch with each other since, we're good friends here. So
yeah.
Anyways,
Pretty
we
cool.
wanted to chat a little bit about our knitting because, if you haven't rewind, if you're new to my channel and new to Caroline's channel, Caroline is Off the Grid Needle Arts on YouTube. She's also Off the Grid Needle Arts on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you check her out. I'll link it below if I remember. Anyways, she was teaching me how to knit. The student might have.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. Only in certain things.
Yes. No, I'm teasing. But we just finished our sock knitting classes, and you can find all of the tutorials that Louise and Caroline did for sock knitting on her channel. And there's a playlist on, I think it's called Teach Gerald How to Knit or Learn to Knit.
Let's teach Ginger Gerald how to knit.
Okay, there you go.
And we started with the dishcloth to learn the basic stitches. And then what was it? We went dishcloth, and then we did hat because that taught us how to join in the round and use a circular needle. And then we did a mitten, and then we did a sock. So 4 projects.
Did you finish both mittens?
No.
I did.
Well, good for you.
I know. They don't fit, but I did. So anyways, I finished both of my socks if you've been watching my Flossmas videos. And so I wanted to chat with Caroline a bit because Caroline, has a giveaway going for those that are in the group with us on Facebook that are learning to knit with us or participating in the Facebook group with us for knitting socks.
Yeah, you're going to have to post a link to the Facebook group. It's because it has a different name. It's called Learn to Knit Socks with Us. So that's the Facebook group, and there is a post on that group, and I've got it pinned to the top, and it's to win a skein of sock yarn. The same sock yarn that Gerald knit his socks with, which is the same yarn that I'm knitting my socks with. My friend Adrian dyed 3 skeins that were matching. So 3 matching skeins And so if you win it, you'll have a pair of socks that matches ours.
So if you have big feet like mine, you'll get more of a pooling.
I actually have mine up here, so hang on.
You'll get more of a pooling effect for the majority of the sock. If you have smaller feet, you'll get more of the striping effect, kind of like what I have around the instep here.
And mine aren't done. Mine aren't done. But mine have the stripe, see?
So there you go. Because the stitch count is different. Mine is a much larger stitch, not a much larger, but a larger stitch count. So therefore, it changes the effect of the colors on the yarn.
Because you've got big old boy feet.
I do.
There. So I'm just past I'm on the foot on this one, and I'm still doing the gusset decreases on this one.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Therefore, if you're interested, the giveaway is still available for that set of for that skein of yarn. You got to go to the Facebook group, though. Learn to knit socks with us.
And you have to knit a pair of socks.
And it has to be a completed pair of socks.
There's that little thing.
Yeah. And you have until the end of January.
Yeah, the end of January.
End of January, which is plenty of time to knit a pair of socks. That's a whole month away.
Yep. It is quite a bit of time. So if you're new to knitting socks, it's a challenge.
No, it's not. You can do it.
You can't enter your socks.
I'm not entering my socks. I already had a skein of that sock yarn. I'm ready for new and different sock yarn.
All right. Well, good thing you bought some.
Yeah, I already have it caked up.
Yes, I know. It's really nice, too. Do you have it close by?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That is really nice.
So this is Tiger Eye by Knit Picks, and it's the stroll fingering.
Stroll. Yeah, that looks good.
So I've been asked on my comments to do a little review of the stroll versus the hawthorn, since this is a stroll, and the yarn that I did the toe and the heel is a hawthorn.
Yep.
Both by Knit Picks. They're just two different. Well,
the hawthorn is a little bit more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a tighter twist, isn't it? On the ply?
My sock yarn after the Tiger's Eye is also a hawthorn. So I think it is a tighter. I think the hawthorn is a tighter.
Yeah.
And it is a 80% superwash fine Highland wool and a 20% polyamide.
Oh, yeah. That's
whereas the stroll is a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon.
Yeah.
So it's slightly different, and therefore it's going to give a little bit different effect.
Polyamide is another name for nylon. It's nylon.
But there's a 5% difference in wool versus.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So versus nylon. So I'm going to go ahead and do a review whenever I start working on that. It probably won't be before the end of during Flossmas. It'll be during my regular knitting cross stitch updates. So
is this episode your Flossmas update for today?
Yes, it is.
You going to talk about your stitching?
I will.
You told me about Henry. Are you going to show Henry?
I will. I'm going to have to turn the camera. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to turn the camera around because I'm not taking him off my frame because I'm going to. I have to stitch on him tonight still. So.
Okay. So tell me how many colors you've done now.
Last night I did 6 colors. My goal was 4, and I did 6 last night.
So you did an additional 6 colors, or you?
I'm not keeping track of how many colors I did throughout the entire page.
Oh.
Because there's like 70 colors on this page.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. So I think I have 15 colors left on this page, maybe.
Yep. And you're hoping for a finish.
I am hoping for a finish on this page by the end of the week.
That's awesome. Good
And
for
then
you.
I might start the next page right away. I don't know. We'll see. So, but I will turn the camera around and show you my update on my stitching here shortly.
All right. Cool.
So, thank you, Caroline.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What are you knitting on while we have you here?
I am trying to finish a shawl. It's a wrap. I don't actually like the word shawl. It's a wrap. Sounds much hipper.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make me feel old. It's my Meet Me in the Middle wrap. That's actually the back side that I'm showing. This is the front. And I'm almost done. And I'm at that point in this project where it has completely lost its charm. And I just want it done, and I just want to wear it. So I think I have in between 6 to 10 rows left, because I'm kind of, I'm knitting more in the third section than the pattern calls for, because I want it a little bit longer. So I'll know when it's done. That is not now. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm putting another 4 rounds in my new sweater vest.
Very nice.
Because I got to do 4 because it's a four row repeat, so I don't want to get lost. So I'm doing 4 a day.
That's a good goal.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing that new yarn that you've had that yarn for quite a while.
Since March.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to you finally knitting it.
Me too.
That was your first special yarn purchase.
It's my only special yarn purchase I've bought so far.
Well, I know, but you bought all that stuff from Knit Picks.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not really hand dyed versus like, I mean, it is, but it isn't.
No, I know.
Knit Picks is like, like DMC to.
That's true, but it's nice yarn.
No, yeah, I'm not. DMC is nice thread.
I'm using a workhorse yarn in the last color. So I've got actually hand dyed. My first 2 colors are really nice, expensive yarn. And then my third color is just very plain. It's Barocco Ultra Wool, which you can find everywhere because the color was perfect. And it's 100% wool, and it was pretty inexpensive. And it's 100% superwash wool. So I'm pretty pleased with it. So sometimes you don't have to spend the farm.
I don't think you can find it everywhere because I've never seen it before.
You haven't spent a lot of time in yarn shops.
I don't think they have it at Joann's.
Well, maybe not at Joann's, but I'm Canadian, right? So I have seen Barocco at Michael's, but maybe not this stuff. You would find at a proper yarn shop.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. And it was still almost $15 for the ball, Canadian.
Okay.
So that would be about 11 US.
Cool.
So there you go. Anyways, This is Flossmas. You should be talking about your stitching.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later.
Check in later.
As promised, here is my update on Henry for today, day 11 of Flossmas. Last night, as I was saying when I was talking with Caroline, I was able to complete 6 colors on this page. Again, this page, because this is the page I'm working on. So, I was able to work on 6 colors. I did 4 colors that were not that dominant on the page, and then because I couldn't sleep last night, I went ahead and did 2 more colors that were fairly prominent or dominant on the page, so that I was able to fill in more of the page. So a lot of the colors that I was working on were the purples that are down and through here, and also up and through here. So the purples came down and around. And then those were the 3 or 4 that were not so prominent. And then there were 2 that were very dominant that were throughout. that just started filling in a lot of these lines that are on the page, and like just more of the gaps down and through here. So this is really starting to fill in down here a lot quicker than up and through here. So tonight I think I'm going to start working up in this area here and just starting to pick out some of the colors that are in this medallion pendant metal type thing, and pick one color, do all the colors on the page, pick another color up here, do all the colors on the page, pick another color, and just keep going. And we'll see how many colors I get done. I'm not gonna, since I did so well last night, I'm not going to specify how many colors I want to get done, and we're just gonna go from there and see how long I go until I get tired. So Henry is going to be my main focus. I do have a row and a half left on my sweater that I need to finish before I can start on Henry though. So I'm going to finish my row and a half on the sweater, and then I will go ahead and work on Henry. And just to show, here is, because remember I'm learning, this one has cables, and there are the beginning of the cables. So I have, since it's a 4-row repeat for the cable, there are two of the cables completed. So there you go. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Happy Flossmas Day 11, and I will see you tomorrow for Flossmas Day 12. Don't forget to always be creative.